Well, good evening, everyone. This is Aaron speaking. I have decided to do something a little out of the ordinary for me, mainly because I hate talking in videos. But I've decided to document the journey. This is definitely a journey I'm going through with this airplane. I'm preparing myself for Top Gun 2022. The date now is January 17th. By the time you see this video, hopefully I'll have a lot more done to this airplane. But yeah, it's January 17th and the first day of Top Gun is April 27th, I believe. And my goal is to have this plane test flown by mid-March. Yeah, I'm in a bit of a time crunch. I'm just going to give you guys a short backstory on the plane. I bought the plane brand new from Nick Ziroli's website back when he still offered fiberglass fuselages back in 2014. And I immediately started on it, and I got the wood kit for the wing and the tail. And long story short, something else came along that I wanted bad. It was a Scale Pursuit Models T-34. I don't know if you guys remember that plane, but I wanted one really bad, and this guy, he had the last one. And I was like, you know what? The Ziroli P-40 will come back around. So I sold the P-40 immediately as I saw that, and got the T-34. Don't ask how it happened, but me and my brother ping-ponged that T-34 back and forth twice, and now he has it again, and it's going to stay at his house until whenever. There's no telling what's going to happen. But in 2019, I bought the P-40 back, the same one. The guy that I sold it to hadn't touched it. The only work I had done was I built the horizontal stab and the elevators. And just doing that alone almost turned me off on building wood because the kit that I bought was very inaccurately cut. Not gonna name drop who cut the kit, but just know that it was not a very accurate kit at all. So when I got the plane back in 2019, I was still working on a Ziroli P-47, trying to get it lined out because every time I flew it, I got hit with a new gremlin because it came out so darn heavy. And landing gear mounts were constantly breaking, and I couldn't figure out why. Engine wasn't running right. It was just a mess. I found myself constantly repainting it because the paint method I went with that airplane was kind of giving me the blues too. But you can see that airplane in its finished state on this here YouTube channel. So after I sold the P-47, just this past year after Top Gun 2021, I immediately hopped back on this one because I had no choice. It's my only other airplane. And I built the wing with the help of my buddy Barry Rayburn out of Houston. I pretty much got both wing halves framed, and that was a challenge in itself. I know a lot of guys think that a lot of these kits make it really easy, but this particular kit I cut, nothing matched the plans. Hardly anything matched the plans. I had to cut a few ribs myself, and some of the stringers, like the ribs had slots cut out for the stringers, and when you put the ribs where they're supposed to go, the stringers were like doing all kinds of zigzags and everything else. It was not straight. So that had me confused. It almost discouraged me for a little bit on working on the airplane. And I was just like, man, screw it. I just kind of want to get something else that isn't going to be this much of a headache. But I decided to just keep going because anybody knows me knows that I have to have a P-40. This is one of my favorite airplanes, along with a few others like the T-34, like that one hanging up there. That plane used to be mine. It's my brother's now, but love T-34s, love the P-40, love P-47s, T-33. There's a few other ones that I really love, but the P-40 is one plane that I just cannot go without. As a matter of fact, I have 4 of them right now of all different manufacturers. But anyway, with the wing, went to my buddy Barry's, and we built a spar, and we built a very thick spar. Beefed up the landing gear mounts, and when I got the wing back home, I set it up on that wing rack up there, and I noticed that the wing was doing something really funny. It was doing a reverse Corsair. So you know how when the Corsair wing leaves the fuselage, it's going down, and then it angles its way back upward. Well, the P-40 was doing the opposite for some reason. And I love the P-40 so much to where I know how the wing is supposed to look. It's supposed to have dihedral, and it's just the wings are supposed to point to the sky. Well, my wing leads from the fuselage pointing up, but then after the spar, it began to droop. And I did not know why. Then I realized, well, no, I didn't realize it. The guy that built my P-47, I brought the wing to him to get his opinion on it, and he helped me realize that I forgot to put the shear webbing in. I completely missed that step. It's actually written very small on the plans. I missed it. I just missed it. You know, beginner's issues, I guess you can call it. You know, it's definitely a rookie mistake, but and I had kind of given up on building the airplane at this point, or at least getting it ready for Top Gun. I was looking at other options until I saw a P-40 come up for sale on Facebook Marketplace. And a buddy of mine, he wants the fuselage because he wants to build a wing. And he was like, dude, we go half on it. I'll let you keep the wing. And so that's what's happening. So the plane is completely framed up and sheeted. The plane is sheeted, ready to go. All it needs is glassing. It has landing gear in it and everything. It's coming with an engine. So I'm in good shape. I'm going to go hopefully pick up that wing sometime this week or next week. We'll pick up the whole plane, and then, you know, the guy that was getting the fuselage, he'll meet me at Top Gun this year. So getting that wing is going to help me out a lot in getting this plane done, because that's going to eliminate a lot of work. So far, I got the formers all put in the fuselage here, got the firewall mounted after putting it on the wrong side of the freaking fiberglass lip. I had the firewall sitting on the outside, and I was going to just fiberglass that to the fuselage, but my dad insisted that we cut it off and put it in there right. So it's in there the right way. All the formers are in. Hopefully by the next time you see this plane, it'll have the engine mounted and the tail surfaces mounted. I'm going to cover them with solar text or whatever I have lying around. That's them over there. Hopefully I'll have all that stuff mounted, and just got a little bit more field work to do before I'm ready to start drawing panel lines on it. You know, the fiberglass fuselage from Ziroli comes smooth as a baby's bottom. So I got to fill in that right there, and then I got to glass this whole section that I added to the vertical fin. But yeah, my confidence is back and forth on whether or not I'll have the plane done. If it's not done, it's no biggie. My brother, he has a few airplanes that should be ready for Top Gun, and he offered one of them up to me if I needed a plane to fly for Top Gun. And he trusts me, as everyone should. No, I'm joking. But, yeah, hopefully we can get this thing done. The motor will be a 3W85 competition engine. It is absolutely enormous. So I got to figure out how I'm going to mount it. It's a rear card with a velocity stack on it. So I got to figure all that out. That's going to be confusing for me. And I have the scale exhaust over there that will be functional. I'm going to use those. I don't have anything else to use them for. So yeah, that's it for tonight. I'm done for tonight. I'm exhausted. I gotta be in Houston for 8 o'clock in the morning. So I need to go to bed. See you guys next time.